welcome back to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today's recipe is a Lasuni Methi recipe. I mean, we make methi in many different ways, but this way is something different, and it really is like a restaurant style recipe. It's super easy. It has very few ingredients that we usually have in our kitchens. So you must give this recipe a try. It goes very well with some naan or roti or even chapatis or puri. So let's just jump straight ahead into today's recipe. Also watch the video till the end because I'll give you a few tips about the recipe. So let's get started. So let's see today's interesting recipe of Lasuni Methi. Now here I have 1 tablespoon of roasted peanuts, 1 tablespoon of roasted sesame seeds that I've lightly roasted in a pan, and similarly I've roasted 1 tablespoon of gram flour besan and a quarter cup of water. We're going to grind all these ingredients to a super fine paste. Now in a pan I'm going to heat 1 tablespoon of oil. Once my oil is nice and hot, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera. Once the cumin seeds begin to splutter, I'm going to add 10 small cloves of garlic that I've chopped into halves. Fry this garlic really well till you get the lovely aroma of the garlic and the rawness of the garlic goes away. Once that is done, I'm going to add 2 cups of fenugreek or methi leaves. Now I've cleaned the methi leaves really well. I've soaked them in water with salt has been added for 15 minutes, drained them well, dried it and then chopped it very fine. That's very important to wash your methi really well. And once this is done, once you fry the methi really well, you're just going to set it aside to cool. Now in another pan, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. Once the oil is nice and hot, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera seeds. Again, we're going to fry the jeera seeds till they begin to splutter. Once that is done, I'm going to add 4 dried red chillies that I've cut into half. Fry the chillies well. Next, we're going to add 8 small cloves of garlic chopped fine. Now this is Lasuni garlic, so there's a lot of lasoon or garlic in this recipe. Again, fry the garlic really well. Once the garlic is nicely fried, I'm going to add 1 medium-sized onion that I've chopped fine. We're going to fry the onion well too. Once the onion is nice and translucent, I'm going to be adding 1 tomato, that is 1 medium-sized tomato chopped fine. Fry the tomato well too. Once the tomatoes are fried really well, we're going to add this ground paste that we ground of the roasted sesame seeds, peanuts and gram flour with water. We're going to mix all of this really well together. Now I'm going to add about half a cup, once we fry this really well, so that everything comes together. I'm just going to add half a cup of water to the paste that we had, the bowl in which the paste was there. I'm going to add that. Mix everything well. And then I'm going to add another quarter cup of water. We don't want it to be very watery, but half a cup and quarter cup of water. And now mix everything really well. Now I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoon of red chilli powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric or haldi powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala. This is homemade garam masala. I'll leave a link to my recipe. Mix everything well together. And now I'm going to add the methi, the fried methi, garlic and cumin seeds. Once you fry methi, the quantity really reduces drastically. And now you're going to mix all of this really nicely together. Add some salt to taste. And you're going to cover and cook this on a very low flame for 3 minutes. And after 3 minutes, your dish is all ready. This goes really well with some naan, roti, puris, or even rice and dal. So do give this recipe a try, guys. I'll catch you soon.
Guys, wasn't that recipe really interesting? Aren't you just waiting to make it? So now a few tips. So for the paste that I made initially at the beginning of the recipe, what I did is I just took some raw peanuts, about a tablespoon of raw peanuts, dry roasted it on a pan, and once they cooled to room temperature, I just took off the peel and kept it aside. Now my sesame seeds, I'm using the non-polished sesame seeds, but you can even use the white polished sesame seeds, whatever you have available. Just gently roast them on a very low flame till they start to pop, and then set them aside. And for the besan or the gram flour or the chickpea flour, again take 1 tablespoon, dry roast it on the pan, and when it cools down, let it cool down and set it aside. So you've got to roast this gram flour till you just get the light aroma of the gram flour. This aroma of the gram flour roasting. Don't over roast it, otherwise it will get burned. You have to keep an eye on it. And then let these 3 ingredients cool a bit, and then grind them to a very fine paste by adding about a quarter cup or 1/4 cup of water. So another tip for this recipe is keep all your ingredients ready, like your dried red chillies, your onions chopped, lasoon chopped. So this makes the recipe go very quickly, and you can make this dish very quickly. I have quite a few other methi recipes also. I leave a link to that, as well as all the other recipes I have on my channel, which you can make on a daily basis for lunch or dinner. So I have more than 1,000 recipes on Akshata'srecipes, that is Akshata'srecipes with an apostrophe S, because there are other channels coming up with a similar name. So mine stands out with Akshata'srecipes with an apostrophe S. Also, if you're looking for any recipe from my channel, just type the recipe and then type Akshata'srecipes with the apostrophe S in the YouTube search button, and you will find my recipe there. I've also created playlists. So if you go to my home page, you can see playlist, and I've segregated all the recipes as to lunch recipes, dinner recipes, Maharashtrian recipes, Goan recipes, desserts, and many other categories. So you can go there, see the list, and choose the recipe you want. Also, you can write to me if you're looking for any particular recipe. I definitely want to make it and share it with everyone. Also, if you all have any particular recipes that you all want to share with me, which I can show on my channel, then please feel free to send the recipe to me. My email address is given in the description box below. You can contact me there. Also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I'm there. My links are there in the description box. So having said all that, thank you so much for being here today and watching this recipe. Also by supporting my channel with your likes, your comments, and I hope I can bring out many more recipes. I have a big list of recipes that I've got, which I want to share with all of you. And on that note, I'd like to say thank you, take care of yourselves, be kind and loving to one another, and I'll catch you soon, very soon, with another video, with another recipe. Till then, take care guys, bye.